our quarterback is like he's like the same height as me. You know what I'm saying? So imagine me out there trying to make passes. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. D-Hop can't stay healthy. All of a sudden, gets to Arizona, can't stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? The defensive line, most highest paid people on the squad, can't block themselves or like that. You know what I'm saying? DJ Humphries, I could run past him. You know what I'm saying? The lone bright spot on the whole squad was that the kicker was consistent. That was our issue last year. Prater was consistent. But at the end of the day, bro, I'm tired, bro. I got hyped this year. I got hyped last year. I almost fought my mans right there over this shit. Like, I'm done, bro. I'm done. I'm over it. I'm a Suns and an Avalanche fan to the day I die. I bleed purple and orange and burgundy and blue.
Welcome, man, to Stay in Balance, the sports podcast of the people. I'm your host, Corey P, here alongside Howard. How you doing, bro?
What's good? How you doing?
And K-Wall, what's up, man? How you doing?
Fed up.
All right, so we're here. You know, a lot of things been going on in the NFL. We got the Arron Rodgers saga. We got Russell Wilson getting traded. We got the Calvin Ridley saga. So we're going to start off tonight talking about Arron Rodgers. Arron Rodgers decided to stay with the Packers, taking a 4-year, $200 million contract and 153 guaranteed. Yo, what are y'all guys thinking about this?
Bro, just take the Rodgers off the back of the jersey and just put Bank of America. I mean, bro, he had them literally. They had to have taken out a loan from the bank, bro, because they had no money regardless. They had no money going into the season. So for them to give him 200 M's for 4 years at 38, his agent is a wizard. His agent's got to be like talking to, spirits or something on the other side to finagle that. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, he's worth every penny because without him, you saw the Jordan Love thing. You know what I'm saying? You saw that. That was like death by PowerPoint. That was slow, ugly, and whack. You know what I'm saying? But, now it's kind of like, okay, you got Rodgers locked up. So, there's no going nowhere. There is no, I want to be traded. None of that, because we just invested 200 M's in you at the ass end of your, tenure, really. Now the big thing is, can they get Devante signed to an extension? Because if you can get them together, at least for the next 4 years, they'll be fine. But if not, I mean, rumor has it Devante just bought a $12 million mansion in Las Vegas. So he'll play there this year. I can't make no promises for next year, but hey, they got MVS though. Marcus Valdes-Scantling.
Yeah, that boy. And Lazard. Don't forget about him.
Oh, Tyon probably will come
and
back.
His boy, Cobb ain't going nowhere. If Rodgers gonna be there, Cobb just got a 4-year contract. If Rodgers got a 4-year contract, Cobb just got a 4-year too.
So, Howard, what you thinking about it, man?
Hey, man, for Arron Rodgers, congrats. Like, hey, I don't know how you're doing this, but you're getting paid at your age. Like, congratulations. And you know what? The best thing is he'll still be in the MVP race. I don't know. He probably won't win it, but he'll be in the MVP race again next year. So that's good for him. Like, but what does it say about Jordan Love? Like, how bad is he to where they're like, yeah, no, we're gonna go with this. We're gonna take that. And then are they still scarred over Brett Favre? Like, because if they let him go, are they that terrified that he might just pull Brett Favre and go to the Vikings and tear them? Like, are they that petrified where they're like, you know what? Here's 153 guaranteed. They don't care. Just slap.
They haven't had to worry about a quarterback for 3 decades. Imagine being a part of something like that, where at least we have a quarterback. We can figure everything else out. I wish I could be part of something like that.
So paying him this much money, what are they gonna do for the rest of the team?
Everybody gotta go. They're gonna have to. Every draft pick counts now. It has to hit. There's no question about it. You know what I'm saying? What's that boy's name? Clark gonna have to get in restructure. Either Preston or Zadarius gotta go. One of them has to get cut. That's just gonna be a cap casualty. Jair, you might have to restructure him too. Aaron Jones, he a running back. So either they're gonna restructure him or they're just gonna cut his ass. Because Dylan looked like that boy, regardless. So and then Devante, really, only people you cannot live without on this squad, because they showed it on defenses with the scrap pile of dudes they found on the practice squads and they made them competitive. is Devante and Arron Rodgers. As long as you got them two playing catch, like you'll always be competitive. And Dylan's still on a rookie contract, and he looked like he just needs a full workload. He might be that boy.
Yeah, no, that's definitely Aaron Rodgers is a magician. You're right. Because to me, I told y'all a few episodes ago, I was talking like they should just let him go. Let him walk and just going forward with Jordan Love and figure out what you got. Because this contract it's great for Aaron Rodgers. For the Packers as a team, yeah, they just screwed their whole future.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You have to trade. You probably got to trade Jordan Love this offseason because the longer he sits on the bench, the lesser his trade value deteriorates.
Trade him
I wish we could go back to that. I don't know, dude. Something like a conditional pick. Something you have to get something because if you wait 4 years, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, I'm not gonna give you. I'm just gonna wait till he's a free agent. But what I was gonna say is, if we could go back to that draft and see what they gave up to move up to get him and where they drafted him, who was available, it's probably someone that can help him right now.
Either like my thing is,
I think DK went in that draft. Imagine if they would have.
My thing about it is they messed up because Jordan Love is not worth anything. It's not like he had the tape of a Jimmy G, where Jimmy G he was going out consistently winning when Tom was out. Yeah, he'll get hurt, but he was going out consistently winning where Tom was out. So they were at least able to go get a second round. They probably could have got more for Jimmy G. Bill just basically blessed him to San Francisco. But it's not
okay. So I'm gonna ask you a question, and don't feel no type of way when I say this. Sam Darnold wasn't worth a damn either when y'all traded for him. I'm telling you, quarterbacks are premium. Somebody's gonna look at Jordan Love and be like, I can fix that. You know, some one of these like the Commanders or one of these teams that need a quarterback, you know what I'm saying, but it don't really got no direction. Like say Tampa Bay wanted to take a chance on Jordan Love, right? So say like all craziness because Bruce Arians, the quarterback whisperer. What if he was like, I can fix Jordan Love? You know what I'm saying? Somebody will trade for him. I get what you're saying. He has really no value, but if someone wants him bad enough, they're gonna have to give up at least a pick for him.
You have with Sam Darnold. This thing about Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold was the number 3 pick for a reason. He has some talent. He not an NFL quarterback. He has some talent. If we're gonna be honest, he has a little bit of talent. With Sam Darnold, he was in a horrible situation. Jordan Love not in a horrible situation. So when he putting that on tape, it's like, all right. Yeah.
Sam Darnold wasn't in a horrible situation in Carolina.
No. I
was about to say
we're talking about the Jets.
Okay. Oh, I think about when he was on the Jets
and why we traded for him. We're talking about the Jets and why we traded for him. Sam Darnold was not. He was in a horrible situation. We saw what happened when Ryan Tannehill got away from Buddy's system and what Ryan Tannehill started doing. So with Sam Darnold, it was kind of like, all right, maybe you can fix him, and he's young. I know it sucks, but with fucking Jordan Love, it's like, how do you help him? Like, I don't see Jordan Love as a starting quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what he's good at. I don't know what does Jordan Love do? You know what I'm saying? Because when he got to start, I didn't see anything that was like, oh wow. I mean, I know they can't wait to get this guy on the field. No, it's more like, God damn, why is this guy in the field? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I don't know what he does. Like, I don't know why they moved up and got him. Like, if we could pull up this draft and see what quarterbacks were taken after him or whatever like that, it's probably someone that could play or whatever like that. I think Gardner Minshew went in that draft too. But nobody was drafting Gardner Minshew in the first round.
So with the Packers, y'all talked about Devante. What do y'all think that situation looked like?
Go ahead and go first, Howard.
Yeah, he got franchise. So I mean, you got to sign the franchise tag, play into that, rack up more yards as Rodgers. I mean, it just keeps driving his price tag. I don't think he cares. They're not going to be able to franchise him again the next year. So like, as long as he stays healthy and Rodgers is there, and you know they do their things, like Davante's price tag, he just keeps going up. So he's just chilling, man.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, it's a win-win for him. You tag me for above market value. That's the whole point of the tag is to retain him, but it's got to be above market value by a little bit, right? So you're going to pay me 24, 25 M's to play in a system with my boy anyway. And then if I leave, I'm going to go to Las Vegas and get 26, 27 maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of what D-Hop got. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a win-win. You know what I'm saying?
So
like,
what's best? So what do you think the best thing for Devante to do? Whatever
Devante wants to do, there isn't a team in this league that would turn him down. You know what I'm saying? they'd be like, oh no, we don't need a Davante Adams. You know,
I'm saying if you're Devontae, what would you want?
So if you're dead set on being competitive, I think the NFC is where he stays, because right now it might be the easier of the conferences to come out with Arron Rodgers as your quarterback. You know what I'm saying? AFC is loaded right now. So if he went to Las Vegas after that Russell Wilson trade, that's a tough division to even come out of. You got the Chiefs with Pat. They always going to be good. You got Herbert. You got Russ and them boys in that defense. And then it'd be Devante and Derek. But then you also the rivals within the division. You know, Pittsburgh will always be a tough place to play. Baltimore will always be good. You got Buffalo. New England's going to be good. Miami might turn a corner. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of up and coming teams in that division. Whereas in the NFC North, it's yours every year. All you got to do is show up. If you're on the Packers, all you got to do is show up to every game, and the division's yours. You know.
What about you, Howard? What would you do if you're Jordan Love?
Jordan Love.
I mean, not Jordan Love, Devante.
Yeah, I mean, play. Why not? I'm gonna play with Arron Rodgers. Just keep playing. Like I said, he can't get franchise tag 2 years in a row because they pay him a ridiculous amount of money. So just stay healthy. That's the only thing. I would just be staying healthy.
I think that he wants to. I think he would love to continue to play Arron Rodgers, but if it was up to him, he'd go. I guess him and Derek Carr are like real closer. I didn't know that
because they played in college together.
Yeah, they played at Fresno State together, so they're like boys. And allegedly, like I said in the beginning, he bought a big ass mansion down there too. So
all right,
writings on the wall.
So I got you with people that could have got drafted, that could have helped them. They could have got a T. Higgins, who went in the second round. Michael Pittman.
Nice.
They don't really need a DeAndre Swift, but Jonathan Taylor.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's plenty of guys.
What about defensive players? Is there any studs on defense?
Winfield Jr. That's
okay. Well, then just the receivers, Higgins and Pittman. Really,
they got Patrick Quinn went after him.
Oh, the linebacker from
Baltimore.
Baltimore, yeah.
Yeah, Patrick Quinn went after him. There's a lot of guys in this.
What quarterbacks were drafted in this class? I need to know that. What quarterbacks were drafted after him in this class?
After him,
after Jordan Love.
So this was the Joe Burrow class, right? So, quarterbacks.
Joe Burrow. So then it was
Jalen Hurts was drafted after him.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, that's not really a guy that they could have got Chase Claypool.
Oh shoot! Really?
Yes, they got AJ Dillon, J.K. Dobbins, Cam Akers, Denzel Mims. He had a nice showing.
Playmakers in that draft.
Antonio Gibson was in this draft.
Oof.
There's a lot of guys.
What year was this?
2020.
Damn, that was a stacked class.
I'm not gonna lie. Looking at this, I don't understand why Buffalo waited to get. Oh, this is the year y'all took Zach Moss. Why?
I don't know.
All right, whatever.
We thought
I was
we
just like the same thing.
Shrewd.
Swift, Gibson, all them dudes went in the second round, and they was like, "Nah, dude, we got our guy." I'm telling you. I bet you the GM was like, "Nah, we got our guy. We're gonna get him in the fourth. Look at all these idiots drafted early. We got our guy, Moss."
So definitely. All right. So let's move on. It's going to be interesting. So we have some other big news today with Denver trading for Russell Wilson. They got a 4th round pick that's attached with that. Seattle will get Drew Lock, Noah Fant, Shelby Harris, 2 first rounds, including the number 9 pick in this draft, 2 second rounds and the 5th. Who do y'all feel won this trade? And what do y'all think about this trade as a whole?
You go first, Howard.
I mean, me personally, I actually love Seattle because here's the thing. They aren't doing anything in that division with Russell Wilson or without him. Like, they're not winning. They have a lot of holes. They have to rebuild. They have to. They've been holding it off for too long. They have to rebuild. So you get 2 first rounders, once the 9th pick this year, 2 second rounders, the 40th pick this year. You get I like Noah Fant. He's really talented. I think He's got a lot to prove, but I like him. And then you get a lineman on the defensive, but you get out of the contract from Russell Wilson, and I don't know. I think
that was the problem with him. It was Russell Wilson. It was Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson was the problem. That's what we had to get out. We gotta get that guy out of here. Russell's gotta get that contract out of here.
They have to start the rebuild, and you get him out of here, and his contract's gone. But I mean, I think they're gonna get rid of Pete Carroll next year, anyways. So, I mean, it's good. I mean, they're not gonna beat Matt Stafford and the Rams. They're not gonna beat Jimmy G, or whoever with the Niners, and they're not even gonna beat the Cardinals. So, just accumulate.
So how do they win? If everything you just said is they're gonna be doing a lot of losing. So how do they win? Because they still got to hit on the draft picks. You could draft. That's great. You could have the number 9 pick and he'd be a bust. We see guys go number 1 and flame out every year. You know what I'm saying? I think for Denver, I'll do because the Denver Broncos are up for sale. So I'm gonna do the team aspect. And I'm gonna do for the sale aspect, right? For the team. This team, we talked about this earlier. They're ready to win now. That defense literally won them half their games, which is crazy to say. You know what I'm saying? But their defense is ready to go right now. They have weapons up and down this roster. Everyone talks about when they talk about the Broncos. Oh, they've got 2-3 of everything. The line is stacked, both sides of the ball. How long do you think John Elway is going to keep? Oh man, we might hit this year in the draft. This might be our chance, or maybe we could trade for, I don't know, Arron Rodgers. Or hit up Joe Montana. See if he wants to come out of retirement. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many years are they going to keep dicking around with quarterback? Like, an opportunity presented itself and they pounced on it. So I can't knock them out because we saw what the Rams literally imploded their entire future for Stafford to win a chip, because that's what these teams are playing football for, is to win a championship. This isn't like the OKC Thunder. We're just going to keep compiling picks and one day we might be competitive. No, everybody's goal each year going into the season should be, we want to win a chip at some point. And the Broncos feel like their window's now, and they feel like Russ is the last piece to the puzzle. I can't knock them for that. So for them, I think it's a win for them because you get an MVP caliber quarterback that can make the throws that the guys you had on the roster that hindered your offense from being as explosive as it could be couldn't make. Now, for the sale of the team or that, the price just went up because now the selling point is we got Russell Wilson. We've got a stacked defense. The team's going to, at the very minimum, will be a playoff contender every single year. So the price just went up on that. You know what I'm saying?
So we got a segment that we want to start implementing, right? Y'all know the segment. You know who you are. Yeah. There's only so much that Teddy Bridgewater can do. So when it comes to Teddy Bridgewater, you know who you are. So you have to upgrade at the quarterback position if you're Denver, because Pat Mahomes not going nowhere. Justin Herbert ain't going nowhere. Derek Carr is a very solid quarterback. He's one of them guys in between that 10 and 15 range.
He the best 2-minute drill QB in the league right now. Since Tom Brady retired, he the best 2-minute drill QB in the league. I don't think I've seen him lose a game-winning drive.
Facts. So when you're in Denver's situation, you got to make the playoffs. For Seattle, okay, what you're hoping for, Drew Lock. We know Drew Lock is a bust. Like, we done seen enough Drew Lock. They wouldn't have went and got Teddy Bridgewater if they didn't think Drew Lock was a bust. Exactly. And that's a fact. No offense, he cannot stay on the field. He got a lot of talent, man. Nobody can deny that. But he cannot stay on the field because of health, right? Who cares about the D tackle? Nobody cares about that. You can go find another one of them anywhere. When it comes to the first round picks, when Seattle drafting out, they're hoping to find a Super Bowl winning quarterback, right? And you can say anything about that Super Bowl. Yeah, the defense carried them and all that. But nevertheless, he is a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and he has been in the MVP conversation year after year. So that is what you're hoping to draft with these draft picks. So I don't see no way that Seattle won this. It doesn't make any sense because now you got a bunch of aging talent. You got Lockett, who's now his number is about to decrease a lot. You got a DK, who he's young, but if you ain't got somebody to get him the ball, because we saw when Geno came in, DK basically plummeted.
Yeah. So I'm glad you bring up DK because every snap he plays, whoever they got back there, his bag for his extension or that drops.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? If they can't get him the ball, they're not going to pay him because he runs really great routes. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to pay him what he wants. You know what I'm saying?
Jamal Adams, agent. You gotta get now. You gotta trade.
That's
him.
one they have to restructure his contract.
They gotta trade him.
They have to do something. That was so stupid. I mean, I guess the same thing with the Broncos. They saw an opportunity. They thought it was their window, and they went and got the best safety in the league. But, I mean, he plays more like Bobby Wagner than he does an actual safety because he gets cooked in the secondary. You know.
So to me, I don't see how you can say Seattle won this trade.
So what do you think they do at running back? Do you think they re-sign Chris Carson or Rashad Penny? Do you think they bring one of the two back or both now that they're possibly hitting?
I don't see Chris Carson wanting to go to a situation where it's like Chris Carson, he's a solid running back that can go to a decent situation. Chris Carson, I'll be looking towards Vegas maybe. Trying to get there. I'll be looking towards.
Say they got no Josh Jacobs.
Huh?
I mean, I like him. He's cool and all, but I feel like him and Chris Carson are the same dude. So it's kind of like
maybe there. I'll look towards maybe
Miami. If I'm a running back and I'm a free agent, I'm looking to Miami. You know what I'm saying? Because they need one. Like it's nobody's business, and they're probably gonna overpay for one if they can't trade for the dudes like CMC or whatever like that. Yeah. So I would have my agent like talk to Miami. You know what I'm saying? Because they might overpay for somebody like a Chris Carson based on what he did before he got injured, or like a Rashad Penny, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but that's like the one glaring hole in the league.
Look at the Bills also. I don't know their money situation.
Yeah,
they only got $7.5 million cap.
Yeah. Or and maybe Kansas City. I don't really know their money situation, but with the right, because Chris Carson, he can run routes too. So,
you think Kansas City done with Clyde? You think they over it?
Clyde, he don't fit what they do.
The worst thing that happened to Clyde was Jerick McKinnon getting signed and doing exactly what they thought they drafted him in the first round for.
Facts.
Literally, the guy they thought they drafted in the first round is what McKinnon did on I think he made like $1.5 million this year. Dirt in today's league.
Yeah, so there's a question I want to ask y'all, right? Will this be a better wide receiving core in Denver than he had in Seattle?
Tough.
That's tough, dude, because the star power is definitely in Seattle. Star power is definitely in Seattle. But as far as like depth, it's in Denver because I mean you got Cortland, you got Jerry Jeudy, Tim Patrick, then you got the other ancillary guys. Tight end don't really matter. I mean, you could find a tight end in the draft, or if you want an athletic dude, just like how they found Noah Fant, or there's free agents out there, you know. As far as receiver room goes, there's more depth in Denver, but there's more star power definitely in Seattle.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think the bigger question is not the receivers. I think the bigger question is, do they let him do what he wants to do? Like, do they let Russ cook? You know what I'm saying, per se? Because remember, not this season, but last season when they unleashed him, they just let him pass. And he was looking like the MVP them first couple of games of the season. Remember, you had him in fantasy.
Yeah.
Do they let him come to Denver and do his thing, or do they hinder him from?
No. You let him cook. You let him cook. Them type of quarterbacks you let do their thing. We bring in Teddy. We bring in Kirk Cousins. When you bring in quarterbacks like that,
Captain Kirk.
When you bring in quarterbacks like that, you kind of like schedule their game out. You like, all right, you do this, you do this, you do this. When you got like top quarterbacks, like I'll put them in there, Josh Allen or Russell Wilson.
That's right.
Like when you got top quarterbacks like that, you let them do what they do best. You don't have to reel them in. You just let them go out and play football because they're leaders. They know how the game's supposed to go. They know what to look for. So I think you let Russell Wilson cook. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. All right.
I mean, they're going to have to. If they want to keep up in that division, they're going to have to score. They going to beat the Chiefs. They ain't going to beat the Chiefs twice a season or beat the Chargers running the ball and playing great defense. Like, you don't have to throw the ball once in a while, you know. And Vic Fangio's gone. So that whole system, like, offensively is gone. You know what I'm saying? They got the dudes from the Packers, I think, out there now.
Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I think they have a chance. I think the Chargers every year, it's like we look at the Chargers and we're like, all right, they're going to take that step. And then they never do. So I think they could either be the second or first. The Chiefs, we talked about the Chiefs situations plenty of times. We talked about all these guys are aging soon. They're going to let Honey Badger go test the free agent market. So he probably out. And that's their defense right there. Denver has
Chris Jones.
Yeah, Chris Jones. But, I mean, that's their secondary. That's their secondary.
Yeah. We saw what Buffalo did. You let Gabe Davis beat you. Almost beat you. My fault. Almost.
I'm tired of you playing.
you like Gabe Davis almost beat you. So
I'm playing with my name. Like Birdman.
So in a situation like that, their defense is terrible. So I don't know. They got a chance to win this division. They got the best defense in this division.
Hands down. No one's negating that.
And then their weapons on offense can match with the Chargers' weapons.
Yeah,
100%.
I mean, Devante does the same stuff as Eckler does. He's just a little bit bigger. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
They got Keenan Allen. They got Jerry Jeudy. Yes, Keenan is great in his own respect, but they're both slot possession receivers. They got Mike Williams. They got Cortland Sutton and Tim Patrick. You know what I'm saying? So they got Justin Herbert. They got Russ. The only difference is their offensive line is better than the Chargers, and their defense is a lot better.
So when you look at it like that, they got a chance to win the division. Howard, we talked about this all day, but
the thing is, you're not just bringing in Russ for his talent. You're bringing in Russ for everything that comes with him. He's a leader, something you haven't had in that locker room at the quarterback position in years. You know what I'm saying? He's a fan favorite. He's great for the fans. You don't have to worry about him being in the media for any kind of BS or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? He's marketable. I'm pretty sure the fans are going to embrace him just as much as he's going to embrace the city of Denver. So just based off all the, pent up emotion, everything, and excitement, like they're going to go 110% because they finally have a quarterback. That's how much faith they have in this position in this league, is that once you get a good quarterback, you're good. All the problems are solved, And for them,
Howard, let me ask you this. Since your team is in the AFC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you want to see them in the playoffs?
Honestly, the only team I'm not even scared of them, but the only team I'm worried about is the Chiefs, because it's the only team we can't beat in the playoffs. So you telling honestly, me
you wouldn't mind seeing this Denver team in the playoffs?
I mean, I don't know what you know what I mean? Like this could work, it couldn't work. Like right now, I'm confident in my team. Like I'm not scared of them. I'd rather see them than Cincinnati right now.
All right, fair enough. All right, so I want to do something kind of different this show, right? So as we know, Howard is the Bills, the Buffalo Bills fan. We know that K-Wall is what would you say right now? A part-time Cardinals fan?
No, there's no time. I'm a Cardinals supporter.
He's on strike.
Why are you giving up on these guys like that?
I support them. They're cool and all, bro. I can't put my energy into it. Like I'm a totally different person when I'm being a Cardinals fan. It's a dark. Like I can't do it no more. So ever since I gave my heart to the Suns and the Colorado Avalanche, it's been nothing but Turks and cakes. Like okay, they lose a game, ooh, but then they rip off like 9 of them in a row. Like it's fine. Like the Cardinals, they lose a game, then they lose a game, then they lose a game, and then they lose again. And it's like, nah, son. I'm about to stress myself out over those. So
my thing is, what happened when they get to a Super Bowl or something? You going back to 100%?
No, I'm a supporter. I hope they pull it off for the city. Good for them. They for damn sure owe me one. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, you're hilarious. And I'm a Panthers fan, right? So I want us to each take each other's team, right? And I want us to talk about what you think they should do going into next year, what you think they should do in free agencies, the draft, whatever. Take it the direction that you want to take it. So I'm gonna give K-Wall the Bills. However, you're gonna take the Panthers, and I'll take the Cardinals. And let's see what we think each other's team should do, and we'll wrap it around in another show and think what our own team should do in the Zoom show, and we'll talk about our own team more and what we want to see in our own teams. So who want to start it off?
I'll let you go, K-Wall.
Pegger, you go first. I want to hear what you got to say. You seem like you got something to say. I want to hear what you got to say.
Okay, for me, this is why I'm gonna go with the Cardinals, right? What's hurting y'all right now is y'all got $25 million cap hit with D-Hop, right? So y'all free agency is going to consist of basically like $20 million worth of cap. Y'all team have the quarterback already. I know we have talked about Kyler, and you say his first 7 games and all that. But my thing is, there's nothing showing that Kyler is not one of these top young quarterbacks out here. Sometimes you got to give guys a chance to grow and all that. So y'all got y'all quarterback already. To me, y'all should focus on bringing back Zach Ertz and bringing back AJ Green at the right price. If y'all get them for a lower price, you might have to let Chandler Jones walk, and you probably gonna have to let Christian Kirk walk. Christian Kirk is gonna be the hard part to me because Christian Kirk took that step last year, and he had one of his career years. And I think he was finally going over the hump. But with D-Hop on y'all team, that cap hit will not be nice for y'all. And in the draft, I think y'all should go forward looking for a pass rusher and probably a corner. Y'all got to focus on defense. And for as far as chances to win the NFC West next year, I'll say I'm gonna give y'all 40% chance of winning the West.
I was thinking the same thing.
And then because I got y'all at 40%, I got the Rams at 50%. I got the 49ers at 10%, and I'm gonna give the Seahawks a 0% chance of winning next year. So that's my breakdown of the Cardinals. What y'all thinking? Who want to go next on this one?
I guess I'll go. All right, so Buffalo. Hey man, y'all are a playoff team through and through. You get there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you guys fell short, whatever. Your biggest kryptonite is the Chiefs, and that's not a bad thing because the Chiefs are a formidable opponent. It's like your kryptonite's like the Tennessee Titans or the Colts or something like that, something that don't make no sense, like the Jags, But I think that I think you got to protect Josh Allen at all costs. All costs. Even if you don't think you need an interior lineman or offensive lineman, get one. You know what I'm saying? If he's available, grab one. Obviously, the run game has been an issue for seasons now. Your cap space ain't looking pretty like ours. It's 7.5 M's. So it's whatever you guys want to prioritize or whoever you guys are going to make cuts to. But guys like Leonard Floyd, who's probably the best one out that's going to be on the free agent market, like a Chris Carson, they're probably going to want something like 5-6 M's a year, So I would focus more on the line, either keeping what you got at running back and having to start trust them. But you can't because you tipped your hand this season, what you want to do with Josh Allen, and you want him to be your number one. And all it takes is one wrong hit or something like that, and that's it. Your season's gone. You know what I'm saying? At receiver, Sanders is gone out the door. They're saying Beasley might get traded, maybe not, but you got Diggs and Davis you can build it around. And if you want to upgrade tight end, you can, but Dawson Knox flashed some potential. Yeah, down the stretch, he, was like butterfingers, but whatever. I think your biggest concern, though, going into the offseason that could affect how you guys' games are played would be your defense, as far as like your defensive line depth. You got the 3 young pass rushers, but you don't have that one, like those teams that have that one dude that you can like rely on. Not like an Aaron Donald, because nobody's like that. But they have like how the Bengals had Hubbard and Trey Hendrickson. But there's a bunch of other rotational guys.
Let me ask you this. Do y'all remember when Ed Oliver was coming out in the draft and all the hype was on him and they were like, yo, this gonna be the number 1 pick. Yo, this is about to be a Aaron Donald. This guy is the guy. Do y'all remember that?
I'll defend him
vaguely.
He was slow start last year. Last year he did show flashes. Like I think this upcoming year is his big year. This is the one. It took him a while to get to where he's at. I will say that. The beginning it was looking bad.
Yeah, that was.
But continue.
Yeah, but like I was saying, right? You got a lot of free agents going out the door. You got Jerry Hughes, Mario Addison, Levi Wallace, Isaiah McKenzie. For guys that like AJ Klein, you cut today. For guys that actually mean are like worth a damn. You know what I'm saying? I think retaining Levi Wallace, you seem like you guys got something out of him. But the thing is, right? If he goes out the door, and Tre'Davious White isn't ready to play when the season starts, you're gonna need to invest in like a boundary corner, like a spot starter, maybe a rookie. You draft one, or you sign somebody that could fill in for a little bit because that's gonna be a weak spot in your defense. Because you like to alternate with Poyer and Hyde dropping down and playing box safety, and then that's gonna leave them 1v1. And there's some times when y'all got burnt over the top against teams that have speedy receivers, such as the Chiefs. Not trying to be funny right now, I'm being like completely honest. Other than that, I mean, y'all don't have many holes, right? Because like I said, like the importance of having a good quarterback, you're always going to be okay. Like Josh Allen's a game breaker, like he could take over the game by himself. And then you got the two receivers. Like, honestly, if you guys want to take the stance on y'all going to have to outscore us to beat us next year, I wouldn't be mad. Y'all be probably a lot more fun to watch. You know what I'm saying? So that's it, really. Just protect Josh Allen. If you can invest in the running game for a reasonable price, do it. If not, ride with what you got. Tight end, question mark. Dawson Knox still getting paid pennies, so I just let it ride. Yeah. The line, the big things is the secondary, the defensive line, and the offensive line. That's about it, really. I don't really have a lot of like.
So let's say as far as winning the AFC East, where are you at with that?
So for AFC East to win the AFC East, like 80%.
80%.
80%, 15 to the Patriots, 5 to the Dolphins, and 0 to the Jets. Hey, I don't think they have a shot.
So Zach Wilson don't take that second-year jump? No, we're not even going
to even if you take a jump, you know what I'm saying? It takes 53 men to win every Sunday. So he can take a jump, but that defense is going to get cooked every Sunday,
All right, Howard, it's on you, man. Let's talk about these Carolina Panthers.
Expose him.
All right, so Carolina, so I'm going to take the approach because, if you look online, you see what people are saying. Everyone's just saying, trade down. That's boring, right? That no one wants to see that. That's not what we want. So I think right now, first things first, you get rid of CMC. You get rid of his contract. And, obviously we've been talking about this. I think Miami would most definitely give up a second round pick, even possibly a first for him. So there you go. You get an extra pick. Now you start compiling picks because, and I'm not the biggest Deshaun Watson fan, but I think you guys go get Deshaun Watson, even if you don't have CMC. You got Moore, who I think is really underrated. You keep Robbie Anderson, I don't know, the cap space. But now you have an offense to score. Like, you have a quarterback. You fixed the number one issue that we talk about all the time on this podcast. Do we have a quarterback? You got the biggest check mark out of the box. Yes, you'll still need linemen. You might not be able to draft any until like the second or third round because you're going to have to give up your first for Deshaun Watson. Unfortunately, we just saw what they got for Russell Wilson. So I'm guessing it's going to be 3 first rounders at least. So there's that. Corner, I think you guys let Gilmore go. I don't think he's worth the price he's going to get. I think overall your defense actually was not bad. Like, good team defense. You got a good young defense too. Your coordinators are smart. So like, that's not the problem. And let's see the division, Tampa Bay. They're not going to be very good next year. Atlanta. Yeah, they have Matt Ryan. He's done it before, but the dude's got a noodle arm. Like, I hate to say it, but he's got and no Calvin Ridley. Like, Kyle Pitts he's nice, but he's not going to get them over the hump. And then the Saints, like, they don't have a coach. Jameis Winston, maybe, question mark. Who's going to be the quarterback? Like, all jokes aside, you guys pull off a trade for Deshaun Watson. We're talking about Carolina Panthers winning division, going to the playoff, and playing a playoff home game next year. And I don't see why they don't make this happen. And if Deshaun, you can't get that. And I know you're not going to like this, but you seriously look at Mitchell Trubisky and you say, I think because, hey,
here we go with this shit again.
I'm telling you, like, is he better than Sam Darnold? Probably.
How? What did he show us in Chicago that warrants that he better?
He won 13 games. He made the playoffs twice, and he made some throws in that playoff.
Of them 13 games, how much of that do you think is accounted to him, or is it that defense keeping him in it? Because when Khalil Mack,
that offense,
Goldman, Akeem Hicks, Eddie Jackson, all of them was Khalil Mack showed up when he came from Vegas and had them the number one defense in the league for like the first 6 weeks of the season.
So, as we see with Denver right now, at a certain point, you got to stop experiment with quarterbacks. at a certain point, it come a time where it's like, yo, you done experimented with enough quarterbacks to understand that you either got to go young and find somebody, or you got to go trade for a dog. And at a certain point, you can't just take these guys that nobody else wanted. Like if Trubisky, he would still been in Chicago, he wouldn't have been the backup for y'all last. Like at a certain point, you got to stop trying to rehabilitate people.
But this, like I said, this is if you can't get Deshaun. Like if they just say we're not trading him.
Okay,
so this is the other option.
Jameis.
Oh God, no. I don't think that's the way. So I think if you don't get him, you go get offensive tackle. You draft and then you sign another offensive tackle. Wait for a draft year.
So for your Bills next year, I'm just gonna ask you this one question: who is someone you want to draft or you want to pick up in the offseason to help your team?
To help my team draft, it's just kind of a prayer because of what he just did in the combine. But I was praying for Jordan Davis. I want a big defensive tackle. I want someone to sit up there because Ed Oliver's coming to form right there, but he needs a big dude that takes up a double team to sit next to him for him to really thrive. So that's what I wanted. And like free agent, if we can sign Levi Wallace cheap, get him. But if we can't do that, what's up with Christian Kirk? Like I wouldn't mind seeing him in Buffalo if we get rid of Beasley. Like he might be a good fit. I don't know.
All right, supporter for your team, Mr. Cardinals supporter. What would you want? A draft wise or free agency wise, whatever?
I mean, the logical thing to draft would be to finally invest in a corner. I mean, we've been looking for a corner outside of Pat P for like decades now. Like stop this madness. If there's a good one there, grab him. If not, get a defensive end. If not, get an offensive tackle. We don't need no more skill position players like that. We're going to make do what we got. But we got to start winning in the trenches. You got an undersized quarterback as it is, and you can't protect them. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. If you got an interior lineman on both sides of the ball right that's available, grab them. I don't know anyone that's at 23 that's, there, whatever they do, as long as it's a defensive end to replace Chandler, a lineman or a corner, cool. Great. Free agency wise, you need if Kirk's gonna walk out the door, you're gonna need a second fiddle to D-Hop, because Kyler, believe it or not, he needs. It's kind of funny as electric as he is. He needs a shit ton of weapons around him. You know what I'm saying? Because when all that stuff got taken away from him, when they were hurt, and then AJ Green went down for a little bit, and it was him, Kirk, Ertz, and then Edmonds, he looked so mid. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't comfortable running the ball anymore. He wasn't making any more throws downfield. He was second guessing his reads. He wasn't going through his progression. He's just throwing picks. Like he actually it's crazy. He actually needs every position that's out on that field needs to be like a formidable player. Like when we were at full strength with D-Hop, Kirk, AJ, Ertz, Connor, Edmonds, the whole D line was healthy. The whole offensive line was healthy. We look like world beaters. Like nobody was stopping us. You know what I'm saying? And that's low-key what he kind of needs. So if there's somebody like I don't know, Robinson or a Smith-Schuster out there or a Cooper comes available, shit, swing for the fences. Do like what the Rams is doing. At this point, like I understand why the Rams did what they did. We play this game for a Super Bowl. Blow it up. Fuck the draft. Fuck the picks. If it's going to get you a ring, get a ring. We don't have one. The Chicago Cardinals have one. Arizona don't. You know what I'm saying? Get one.
All right, for the Panthers, I'm tired at this point. I am tired. Let's go get us a Malik Willis, or let's go get a Desmond Ridder at this point. I want one of these two quarterbacks. Deshaun, he seemed like his head is content to be in Miami. It's not going to happen no more, but it seemed like he need a place where, never mind, I'm not even going to make that joke. But we're not going to do that. If Deshaun did become available, would I love a Deshaun Watson? Yes. but it's probably not gonna happen. So I'm tired of playing these games.
What for y'all, right? For the Carolina Panthers, if you were to trade, what do you think a Deshaun Watson trade would look like for y'all?
For us, it'll probably be I think they're trying to. So they're gonna probably want 2 firsts. I think it'd be 2 firsts. No. I think 2 firsts, CMC in that deal, probably 2 seconds, and we'll probably get them like a 5th with CMC, and they'll probably want like, I don't know, they might take Sam back, but they're probably not.
They seem content to ride it out with Davis Mills. I think,
or they might take Robbie. They might ask for Robbie too. So we might.
I feel like if y'all did CMC players wise, if you did CMC and Terrence Marshall, right, young receiver, running back, solves 2 problems right there. Something that they don't have either of. 2 firsts, a 2nd, 4th, and 5th. They send Deshaun and then like a 5th rounder, a 6th rounder. Because Deshaun shows up, he instantly makes y'all better. CMC, Chuba Hubbard, DJ Moore, Rob, whoever's back there, he instantly makes y'all better. And free agents are going to want to go to people are going to want to go to Carolina to play with D-Hop.
We're the best in the division if we can get a Deshaun Watson. But that I feel like that is a like pipe dream. I feel like it's one of them things that if it happens, that'll probably be the day that I sit in my room, curl up in the fetal position and cry out of happiness. I'll be online shopping for my Deshaun Watson jersey. Probably won't wear it immediately.
Sam jersey?
Yeah.
You were shopping for your Sam jersey?
No, we left that. I probably won't wear my Deshaun jersey immediately. You know, I might let some blowover happen. But as soon as the blowover happens, my Deshaun number 4 jersey will come out the closet. But yeah, no, definitely. But to me, it's like, all right, let's go get Malik Willis, who that's basically the second coming of a Lamar Jackson, maybe. Or Desmond Ridder, who to me, Ben Craywell talked about the other day. He said he didn't see anything special, but I see Josh Allen when I see him. So, I mean.
Oh, Jesus.
I see Jordan Love when I see Desmond Ridder.
If you, he's a big guy, big arm. He can run. He got accuracy issues like Josh Allen had early in his career. So does
Carson Wentz.
Huh?
So does Carson Wentz.
I wouldn't mind seeing Carson Wentz in the Carolina jersey. Carson Wentz is not terrible.
I mean, honestly, yeah. I think he needs a fresh start.
So if Desmond Ridder is a Carson Wentz, I'll be happy. The only problem with Carson Wentz is he hold the ball too long. That's his only problem. He hold the ball too long and he tried to be Superman too often. But that's his only problem. Everything else Carson Wentz can do.
But that's the crazy thing about him, dude. Like you see him make some throws, like them downfield throws, and they be on the money. Like, damn, like he got an arm. You see him run out, drop his shoulder, like, like he a baller. And then you see him throw it like 5 yards and it's wobbly through the air straight into somebody's hands. Like, God damn, like I could have made that pass, like.
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
What about Jimmy G? What if y'all traded for Jimmy G?
No, why? I'm tired of Jimmy G. I would not want to see it, Jimmy G, because Jimmy G.
Right, so I got a list here because I knew this your question was gonna come up, right? So, of the impending free agents for this class, right? You take your pick if this is what you had left, right? Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Gardner Minshew.
Hold this out. You said Minshew?
Minshew.
Honorable mention, okay.
Trubisky.
No.
Hey.
Those are the 3 that I feel like would get your attention. Trade partners, possibly. Carson Wentz, we talked about him. Deshaun Watson and Jimmy G. So if you had to pick one, that's your quarterback next year. I don't think they bring Teddy Two Gloves back and all that stuff. But of those 6, which one would be your one? If you have to pick one though.
So all right, so let's take Deshaun out because it's obviously Deshaun, right? If you
mean, not of those 6. I mean, because we talked about the other 3. Of the 3 free agents, Trubisky, Minshew, and Fitzpatrick. If you had to pick of those 3, my bad. I missed.
Okay, so obviously it'll probably Minshew.
Why?
He's just a gamer to me. If you Trubisky, we all know Trubisky not worth his talent. I mean, worth his pick. He was not talented enough to be the number 2 overall pick. He shouldn't have been there. He's not that good because if he was that good, he would still be the franchise quarterback in Chicago, right? Gardner, his problem is he just got a raw deal everywhere he went. if you look at Gardner, it's like, all right, in Jacksonville, you go draft a Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, who gonna be the odd man out, right? Then, like, you know what I mean? Then he go. Where did he get traded to?
Philly.
You go to Philly. They're in experimental. They're in the experiment of Jalen Hurts. They done drafted him in the second round. They done gave up a guy that they drafted number 2 overall for. So he just had a raw deal everywhere you go. But when he played, it's not like he's been terrible.
Yeah, that game that Hurts sat out that season, he had the city on fire. They was ready to bench Hurts for the rest of the season. When he played, like he lit it up. You know what I'm saying? Now, how much of that was like pure talent, or how much of that was just like adrenaline pumping through his veins? Like, does he string that along for 17 games for the season?
I don't know. He's just a gamer to me. If I had to pick of them 3, I'd probably take Gardner but he'll be a bridge quarterback. Obviously, he would not be.
So, what do you think is best for your team, right? To just swing for the fences like the Broncos, take one of these bridge quarterbacks, or just say, "Hey, we're gonna take one of these quarterbacks in the draft and see if one sticks."
Either swing for the fences and go get you a Deshaun Watson, or you draft a guy and you just start over. Because it like at a certain point, it don't make sense to keep trying to go bridge after bridge after bridge. That doesn't make sense. Because at that point, we're just wasting DJ Moore's prime. We got a defense kind of ready right now. It can hold up kind of like Cincinnati did. Our offensive line is something that we will have to work on. So at a certain point, it doesn't make sense for us just to keep wasting people prime. You either shut this whole shit down, or you just go ahead and go for it all. So I want to draft. I'd rather either draft a new quarterback or swing for the fences and get Deshaun. It's either Deshaun or rookie to me. Or Carson Wentz. I'll take Carson Wentz. To me, he's still a franchise quarterback. All right.
That boy Landry from the tight ends just got a extension, 5-year, $87.5 million.
He deserved every penny of it. He single-handedly beat y'all. He deserved every penny of it.
All right. So there's one last topic I want to get into, right? So it just came down that Calvin Ridley is going to be suspended for all of next year over a $1,500 bet. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know, dog. I get what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to make an example of him because, like they've been talking about, right? It kind of messes with the integrity of the game because if he's got some insider knowledge of like what's going on in the locker room, what kind of scheme they're going to be running that day, and they know that they can't beat that other team, and he's say Calvin Ridley was a quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons, right? And how we talked about this. Say Arron Rodgers, right? He was betting on him. He was betting against himself, right? Say he put $1 million up on the Packers to lose. He easily, as the starting quarterback, could throw that whole game if he wanted to, right?
Yeah, one bad pass.
And that got out that he threw that game for all that. Because the NFL is built on its fans that are like diehards. They bleed like we're sitting here having a podcast about it. You know what I'm saying? Because we bleed. Yeah. They own 3 days of the week: Monday, Thursday, and Sundays, without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? So when the integrity of the game is messed up and you got fans start thinking like, oh, well, this shit's rigged anyway. Like, I'm not going to watch this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, the quarterback's probably got money on this game anyway. I'm not going to go see this crap. You know what I'm saying? Then it starts messing with the money. You know, the NFL, that's all they care about is their money. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a money machine. So I feel like, was it harsh and unjust? No, because the point they're trying to make. But was it? You got to look at other topics too in the league, and there's a lot of analysts talking about this too, right? There's been guys that have been caught on video, right? They get suspended for domestic violence, and then the video comes out afterwards, right? Then you have people getting DUIs, right? They get suspended a couple games for getting a DUI, right? Henry Ruggs is a different story. But look at Deshaun Watson, right? He got 22 civil lawsuits against him for sexual assault. He got paid his entire check, the whole season, just to sit at home, right? This man makes 3 separate bets, right? A 3-leg, a 5-leg, and an 8-leg parlay, $1,500 in total. He probably won one of them. That's the problem. And you suspend him for the entire year. Now, and the baffling thing is he bet on his team to win while he was away from them, right? He's not actively out there helping them win because he bet on them. He was at home battling his mental illness, right? And bet on his team that he plays for to win. I could see if he bet against them, like, oh yeah, I'm putting my money on them to lose because I know that, oh, Matty Ice's fingers are swollen. He can't get the ball. His release is off. You know what I'm saying? Like insider kind of stuff that only he would know. Then yeah, now the integrity's kind of fucked now because you got dudes in the league betting against themselves and telling this one and that one. And it's kind of like it doesn't have the same purity to it. But a whole year, this man made
so this is not the first,
right?
He's not the first guy. He's not the first guy to do this. Like I was watching something earlier, and they were saying that there'd been 4 other cases of this happening.
But what is the rule?
And they all got suspended a year.
There's no really clarification on what the rule is. As a player in the NFL, are you not allowed to sports bet at all, or is it you just can't sports bet on the NFL?
I believe it's you're not allowed to
because Austin Eckler has a DFS show, which is sports betting. You know what I'm saying? With Liz Loza for Yahoo Sports. So how is that not the same thing?
And it's on the NFL.
He has a show on Yahoo Sports with Liz Loza where he talks about DFS, daily fantasy sports. How is that not the same as what Calvin Ridley was doing? If he's sitting there telling like, oh yeah, start this guy this week, you know what I'm saying? Because he's gonna go off. Oh yeah, that guy's got a cheap price tag. Play him in DFS because you can win just as much money as you win sports betting in DFS if you have the right lineup. So how is that not different than what Calvin Ridley did?
All right, so the difference is right. Calvin Ridley's betting on. I'll say Calvin Ridley's betting on teams, right? He betting on teams to win, including.
So you're talking about the individuality of the DFS.
When you're talking about DFS and you're talking about this, you're just talking about players. You're talking about players with good matchups.
Yeah.
So that's where the difference come in at, and also is Austin Eckler putting these bets in himself. You know, so that's also where I feel like that's probably where the NFL look at the differences because he's sports betting on his team and other teams. Where it's like, all right, he maybe did not have insider knowledge, but he could. And also, we don't want people thinking that they're rigging the game. We can't rig a player going out there and not doing. Well, you can, but you cannot say, if I'm Austin Eckler, I cannot say Kyler Murray got a good matchup and he's going to have or we could say he got a this, that, and he's going to have a bad game. And then Kyler Murray just go out, throw 3 picks on purpose, you know, because that's not my team. That's where I think the difference would be.
Do you think for the whole season, do you think that was?
Well, so the thing I did not know until earlier is there has already been a precedent set, right? We're all in the Navy. We all understand. Well, Howard, you know, but we all in Navy. We all understand precedents, right? We all understand if we go out and get a DUI, what that's going to consist of for us, right? So with that being said, right, since there was already a precedent set where people before him has got suspended a year, there was one guy, he got suspended from the game indefinitely because he kept doing it. So that's where it comes in.
I get what you're saying. They won't let Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame because of betting on games. So I mean, it's whatever.
When you got a precedent set, it's kind of harder. It's kind of harder for you to sit here and fight against the suspension.
I think they're trying not to, and I'm trying to be objective and see where the NFL is coming from as well. I think they don't want to get to the point where MLB is like, when's the last time you watched on TV an entire MLB game all the way through? Be honest. Definitely. I only watch it because I played baseball. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why I watched it. Right. Yeah. Other than that, I can't see anyone setting a lot in 3 hours at a time to watch baseball. Yeah. And that's why they lost the fans because the fans back in the day thought the game was rigged because everyone was betting on it and stuff like that. So they had to, put their foot down. I feel like, does it suck that it's Calvin Ridley? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I like him as a player and yada, yada. But they got their point across. So the next person who thinks about doing it better be more smarter and have your friend of a friend do it for you. Or, these guys are getting paid millions of dollars. And I think he was just at home, not playing football, focused on his mental health. And it was just something to do, and he got caught. So it is what it is. I hope that parlay that he put hit big enough to pay his salary for the whole year, because 11 M's, that's a lot of money. That's life-changing money for $1,500 throw away.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure when he did it, he wasn't thinking that he was gonna get caught.
Hey, I think I had Howard.
Yeah, I got something to add before that. The Seahawks just released Bobby Wagner.
Ooh,
they are breaking down that team.
Yeah, so now we not
rebuild.
Yeah, I told you they're in full rebuild mode. So
Lockett's probably next, or he gets a
Lockett's next. Jamal probably next.
Jamal Adams is definitely either getting cut in half or he's gone for sure. That was boy, they gave him so much money for nothing.
But the Calvin Ridley thing,
yeah.
I mean, that's just honestly at the end of the day, like you said, the precedent was set, so we can't get really mad. They can say we give him year suspensions all the time for this. This is nothing special. This is just what we do. So the NFL's got their grounds covered there. It's just really it's stupidity. Like, come on. Like you had to have known. You couldn't bet on another team, not your own team. Like, why the hell are you betting?
But that's what I'm saying.
Team?
What is the rule? Because pretty soon the whole United States is going to be legal to sports bet on whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What is the rule for being a professional player, regardless of what sport you play? Is it that you can't bet on your own sport that you're playing in? So if you play in the NFL, you can't bet on NFL games? Or is it that you just can't bet at all?
I'm assuming that you can't bet on NFL games. I'm assuming. I'm not 100%. But because it wouldn't make sense for me to say you're an NFL player, you cannot bet on the NBA finals. Like what does that got to do with you?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's the NFL.
Like, I don't play for the Bucks. I don't play for the Suns. Like, how am I supposed to know what's going on? You know what
I'm saying? Yeah, so I'm assuming that it's you cannot bet in the NFL.
Put $500,000.
But whatever. Hey, all right. Before we get out of here, we about to get out of here. We got to wrap this up. But where do you think Bobby Wagner would go?
Dude, probably. Imagine him going to Baltimore. Denver. I mean, imagine Denver. There's a hole at linebacker in Denver open for him if he wants it.
Hey, you think he gonna take Von Miller's spot in LA? Nah. Oh,
I mean, that's a good. Where does he go? Watch him go to the Chiefs or something like that, dude. I'd say maybe Denver. Maybe. I mean, why not?
Because I think Von Miller out of there. I think he could go take Von's place
in the Rams.
But they ain't got no money. That's not gonna happen. But he got released.
I mean, if Bobby want to win a chip, right? I'm pretty sure he cool taking like an incentive laden deal.
Yeah,
if you do this, and this. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, let's get out of here. Well, this has been the Stay and Bounce podcast, the sports podcast. So you people signing off for Howard and K-Wall. Hey, y'all have a good night.
See you. Peace.